Today, we're going to explain one of the most popular action thrillers of 2024, Roadhouse. A movie packed with fights, revenge, and adrenaline. The man just took off his shirt, and as soon as his opponent, a heavily built fighter used to intense training, saw the terrifying tattoos on his body, his face turned pale with fear. So frightened was he that he immediately begged the referee to forfeit, muttering, "Why did I have to face this maniac? I don't want to die." The man won without even throwing a punch and walked away with the prize money with ease. But as soon as he stepped outside, a furious gambler, who lost his bet because of him, stabbed him and fled. But there was such a dangerous aura emanating from the man that even the attacker couldn't muster the courage to pull the knife out. He just ran away. The man didn't retaliate. He didn't even chase him. His face was calm, yet it felt like a volcano was erupting inside. That's when a black woman approached him with a proposal, offering him a high-paying job as a bouncer at her bar, which was often terrorized by local thugs. But the man showed little interest. His aura still radiated a sense of deep loneliness and emotional distance. The woman handed him a note and walked away, hoping that one day, he would come looking for her on his own terms. His name is Dalton, a former world-class UFC fighter. But he had a serious temper. When he got mad, it wasn't just a fight anymore. It became a battle of life and death. He once beat his close friend so badly during a spar that the friend died on the spot. When Dalton regained his senses, everything fell apart. His career was destroyed. Racked with guilt, he tried to end his life by driving onto a railway track. But at the last moment, he changed his mind and narrowly escaped death. After that, he decided to take up the bar job almost as a form of self-exile. The island is called Glass Key, nicknamed Paradise of Sin. For tourists, it may seem like a place of beautiful women and cocktails, but in reality, it's a hub for drugs, crime, and underground fights. Previously, even a former Navy SEAL had been hired to secure that bar, but was kicked out in just a few days. Dalton wanted to be a peaceful bouncer, but on his very first day, he had to show his true power. The thugs had been causing trouble for months. Dalton tried to speak calmly and lead the thugs outside for a talk. But when they disrespected him, he just asked, "Whose motorcycle is parked outside?" Then he walked out. The thugs followed, and the real fight began. Before every fight, Dalton asks, "You got medical insurance?" And after knocking them out, he personally drops them at the hospital. The thugs laughed, and Dalton smiled too. But their laughter was born of ignorance. In no time, Dalton took down every thug, one by one. At the hospital, while treating his own injuries, he met a doctor named Ellie, who slowly became a light in his dark life. One day, Ellie took him to the seaside. They spent time together, and in her eyes, she confessed her love. Not with words, but with a depth of emotion. But unknown to Dalton, the thugs he beat up were working under a spoiled rich playboy named Brant, whose father is a powerful crime boss still controlling things from prison. To take revenge on Dalton, Brant summons one of his father's most dangerous allies, a madman named Knox. Police soon enter Dalton's life again. He becomes a suspect in an ongoing investigation. But just when things are closing in, Ellie shows up in her car, slaps the officer, and saves him. Shockingly, that officer is her father, a corrupt man who had long worked for the Brant family. Dalton realizes he's entangled in a vast conspiracy. Then Knox arrives at the bar and picks a fight with Dalton. Forced to defend himself, Dalton unleashes his brutal strength. Fists, elbows, kicks, everything devastating. But partway through the battle, Dalton starts fearing himself again. Terrified he might accidentally kill someone, so he stops fighting and walks away. He decides to leave the bar, but the bar owner tries to stop him. That's when Dalton realizes the real enemy was her. She used Dalton as a shield to protect her bar and divert the attention of the gangs. Upon uncovering this betrayal, Dalton leaves the bar. But then he sees his favorite bookstore in flames. The owner is hospitalized. That was the final straw. Dalton tracks down one thug and silences him with a single punch. The next day, the police arrive and inform him, Ellie has been kidnapped. Dalton knows it could be a trap, but still doesn't back down. He rides a speedboat toward Brant's yacht. There, he sees the police officer and Brant sitting together. Was Ellie really kidnapped? Or was it all part of a bigger setup? Turns out, Ellie was actually held captive in the lower cabin. Dalton blows up the yacht, rescues her, but then Knox returns, this time on a speedboat, ready to kill. A final brutal showdown begins. They beat each other with blood and sweat. But in the end, Dalton's strength triumphs. The officer, finally seeing Dalton's true character, expresses gratitude and says, "Leave this place. I'll take care of the rest." Did Dalton finally free himself? As he leaves the island, behind him lies a burning bar and scattered corpses. The ending is both exhilarating and tragic. The question is, when fists become the only language, will you choose self-destruction or rebirth? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome movie stories.